what your nervous system feels safe enough to handle. Yes, sir. We talking about it in this live episode today, right?
Yes.
We talking about it, babe. Tell them what we talking about today.
Well, we're talking about how we've made six figures and lost over 50K. Woo, that's a lot of money to be losing
A
now.
lot of money to be losing from a dysregulated nervous system, good people.
That's right.
That's what it came from,
Yes.
right? So today in this episode, man, if you've been wondering why your money feel like it's on stuck,
Right.
and you got vision, right? You got the ideas, you got the motivation. It's a nervous system thing, good people, and we're gonna talk about it.
Yes.
Welcome back to episode 14 of The Married Life.
The
Are you
Married
dancing?
Life.
Are you dancing?
The Married
You
Life.
dancing? Look, man, we forgot to even plug in our mics. Look, so we about to do that right now.
Tis life.
Me. Yeah. So listen, in this live episode right here, man, we getting into it. Look, people, we talking about money, capacity, and regulation, right?
Yes.
We talking about you looking at a real marriage, right? That suffer real dysregulation, right? And we had to calm our nervous system.
Major dysregulation.
We had to grow
Yes.
and expand. And we giving you the sauce
Right.
in this episode right now today. Hold on, let me make sure that's on, baby. Let me
Yes,
sure.
it's on.
Okay,
it's on.
on.
I checked it.
Yeah. So yeah, man, we giving you the sauce. So listen, man, let's just jump right in, man.
Yes.
This first part we want to talk about. And remember, good people, this is a live Q&A. Right?
Yes.
This is a live Q&A. So
And this is our lived experience.
yeah. Our lived experience. We just telling you our truth about it, right?
Right.
You can agree, disagree,
Right.
right? This is just what we experienced
Right.
and our truth about how we had to regulate our nervous system
Yes.
to really expand to the growth that we're at right now.
Right.
So we want to talk about the money thermostat. Talk about it,
yeah.
babe. That money thermostat.
Ooh, I know mine was off.
Yours is off. Well, just talk about that.
You know what? Was it cold? I guess
What?
It was cold, huh?
What?
My thermostat. my money thermostat was below freezing, okay?
Oh. See, check this out, man. We always say it like this, though. The money thermostat principle, how we describe it is what you seen, what you heard. Y'all hear me say that all the time. And what you felt about money in those first 7 years of experience, that's what your money thermostat is set on. So wifey gonna tell you what hers was set on, and I'm gonna tell you what mine was set on, and how we kind of had to navigate through that. Right. So yeah, let's talk about it.
I mean, I probably from a young age, I know I felt money scarcity because I can remember I was 5, maybe younger, and we had these little porcelain dolls that they were real small, but they had our like birth month on there, and my mom had gotten us one, and mine was July because I was born in July, and I guess I was playing with or something, and it fell, and it cut my leg.
Oh.
And my mom had to take me to the hospital to get stitches. And I vividly remember on the way to the hospital, I was more worried about how she was going to pay for this.
Wow.
Than my leg being cut and needing stitches. So I know for me personally, I was majorly dysregulated when I was younger. And then I seen it from extended family members making money, but my mom and my dad, we weren't wealthy at all. Like I seen a struggle my whole life for that, for the money. Yes. So, that's my experience in my first 7 years.
Wow. See, so what she's saying, good people, like we always say, if you come from the first 7 years to where you always hearing money talked about negatively, or you always hearing money scarcity, money don't grow on trees,
right?
Then that's how you absorb your philosophies about money. Now you 30, 40, and 50, and you still got some of those philosophies that don't serve you now, And in my case, my first 7 years, I saw entrepreneurship. My mom and dad had businesses. My dad and grandmother had businesses. So how I grew up, money was never talked about really as scarcity, right? I saw money growing up as somewhat of a tool. Now I did go through stretches of scarcity growing up, when my mom and dad split. But for the most part, I saw entrepreneurship when I was coming up. No wonder that I've only had 2 jobs my whole life. You know, what you seen, what you heard, what you experienced. So my money thermostat was always set for around 6 figures. So that's no wonder that we've been married 27 years.
Right.
And out of the 27 years, welcome. I see somebody join the live. Tap in with us. Leave your questions in the comment. You know, we talking about money, capacity, and how to regulate your nervous system so you can up your money game. So yeah, so listen. So I came through the first 7 years seeing that. So entrepreneurship was just natural for me. You know, 6 figures were natural for me. That's what my money thermostat was set on. So this first part we're talking about is the money thermostat. Mine was set for 6 figures. Wifey's might have been set for what, 5 figures? I don't know. But the dominant energy always wins out. Right. So that's why we don't have a problem creating 6 figures. See, but our capacity, we've always talked about what number have we always talked about making every single
getting to that $1 million mark.
$1 million, which is $83,333.33 a month, right? That's that $1 million mark, right? That's always been our capacity. We've been talking about that since we've been in our 20s, right? But we had to calm our nervous system enough to build the structure or the lifestyle that could hold that $83,333.33 a month, right? So that's what the money thermostat part is truly about. Is just, you know, paying attention to what your money thermostat is set on. You know, how that happens. Hold on, I want to talk about. Okay. Trying to make sure I don't get ahead of myself. Yeah, so you got to ask yourself, what is your money thermostat set on? You know, because if you didn't see 6 figures made or 7 figures made, it's going to be very difficult, very challenging for you to get to that level unless you see it. What you seen, what you heard, what you experienced, right? And so I wrote this down too. Ambition without regulation leads to discontent. I'm gonna talk about that a little later in the other little section when we talk about the losses, the Florida and the Dallas, right? Yes. So when you say, so babe, let me ask you this before we go forward. Okay. So would you say you don't rise to the level of your goals? You fall or you earn to the level of your regulation?
Oh, definitely. I mean, because you can be like, ooh, I have a goal to do this, but because your body is so dysregulated from your childhood, anything in your past that's kind of like, it's like a block. Like you see what's over here, but you're hitting this wall right here. And so I really feel like that's major especially in the money sector for a lot of people.
Yeah, big time. I agree because I wrote this down too. If your nervous system doesn't feel safe, you will self-sabotage. You will shrink yourself, good people. Yes. Not because you don't have the vision or the dream or the capacity. Safety signals expansion to your nervous system. That's the nervous system language, right? So this next part we want to talk about, you can jump into that. You can jump into that, man. You can jump into that. The Dallas and Florida losses,
so man. Dallas happened first.
Dallas happened first.
So we had sold our cleaning business and moved to Dallas. We were receiving payments for the cleaning business, and then we ended up getting a lump sum for it.
Yeah.
And my husband, who is always sees things and goes for them, became friends with someone that had a great idea. I mean, it was a great idea.
Yeah.
But just for me, I was like, I don't want to put all of our money into this one thing, because as great of an idea it was, I didn't feel good about it. It sounded so good. It sounded too good to be true.
Yeah.
One of those things, right? We know what those are.
Sounded too good to be true, man.
And guess what happened? It was too good to be true. And we lost how much? 15K.
We lost 15K. And I wouldn't even say it was too good to be true. I was dysregulated. So I would put that on me.
I know.
Yeah, but I would put that on me though. Yeah.
I felt the urgency not to do it, and he felt the urgency to do it.
Yeah, true. And just to kind of give a little bit more information, I was dysregulated. This beautiful face didn't have nothing to do with it, man. She was regulated. But like she said, my ambition, good people. That's why I always say ambition without regulation leads to discontent and loss. We lost 15K. Yeah. And then I was very unhappy because I was beating myself up, criticizing myself for it, instead of just regulating myself, right? So ambition is not bad. But when it's unregulated, it will cause you to lose 15K. Right. We lost it because I'm chasing behind it instead of regulating myself. Right.
I mean, it's just like mind-boggling what has happened since we have become regulated. In that area.
Yes. Big time.
Oh my gosh.
Big time.
And our next one was, so we had moved to Dallas, lost the money, but then we moved back to Oklahoma, back into our house. We had rented our house when we were in Dallas, and we couldn't pay where we were renting and our mortgage. And the guy we were renting to fell behind. So when we moved back into the house, but we had to do something to not lose our house, basically. So we went through a program. It was a government program. But we were just in such a shock of a place at that time. That was like a rough time.
It was.
We had just lost a child. We just moved back to Oklahoma into our house, and we were trying to figure out how to keep our house, right? That was important for us to have some type of stability. And so what we did, we didn't even get any paperwork. We signed things, but no copies was ever given to us. So we saved our house, but we didn't realize there was a lien attachment on our house. We thought it was just kind of added to the back end and the mortgage. So we didn't realize there was a second lien.
Yeah, but we didn't understand how all that worked. Yeah.
So now we're getting ready to move to Florida, and we're going to sell our house this time. So
hold on. Backdrop. Like she was already saying. So mind you, we lost a child in Dallas. Went through a rough financial time in Dallas. The guy we rented that house to lost his job. So now, guess what our nervous system is right now?
We're like,
very danger,
all over the place.
The alarm signal is going crazy. And we're living in that state.
Oh man.
Okay, go ahead, babe. Go ahead, babe.
That's a rough place to live in.
I want y'all to really see this, good people.
Really rough.
It's a nervous system thing. It's not a vision capacity. Your nervous system has to truly feel safe enough to expand or grow. So go ahead about the story. Now we're about to move to
now
Florida.
We're, getting our house prepared to move. Our realtor starts sending us paperwork, and they're like, "Hey," they sent us something. They're like, "Hey, do you guys have a second lien?" We're like, "No, we ain't got no second lien. What are you talking about?" And then she's like, "Oh, I think you guys might. You really need to check on this." So after we did more research to figure it out, it was like, that's what happened when we moved back from Dallas and did this program. And again, we didn't realize that it was a lien and not just tacked onto the back end of our mortgage. And so when we got ready to sell our house, we lost
40 bands.
40
bands. Now watch this.
And that's a lot when you're trying to prepare to move to a whole nother state.
Because we had already gave every dollar a name. So that 40 bands was going to be used to start businesses in Florida, right? Give us a little bit of time to learn the lay of the land.
Right.
So
give
when
us
cushion. So when we lost that, guess what happened to our nervous system?
We went into
tailspin for the next 3 years, 3.5 years.
3.5 years.
Big time tailspin, right? And so because when that hit us like that, like she said, we should have just pulled out the deal.
Yeah, we should have.
But our nervous system wasn't regulated. So you just kind of.
We felt like we would be penalized because we had already agreed to sell our house to someone. We thought if we back out, they could sue us. So we kind of felt stuck in a sense to go through with that.
And now looking back on it, we wasn't stuck.
No,
we had many options. We was dysregulated. You hear me always say there can be no revelation without regulation. We couldn't figure out what to do because we was
we were in
danger
panic mode.
Danger. You see it? So that's what we're talking about. It's not that you don't have the capacity or the vision, right? It's not that you don't have the dream. You have to truly regulate your nervous system. You got to regulate, good people, or else you will self-sabotage. You will self-sabotage. You see this here? You'll self-sabotage this money.
You will.
I'm telling y'all what we know, man. When you'll push it away. You'll push it away. So listen, so after we did that, this is the soul truth before we go to how we rebuilt our nervous system, how we retrained our nervous system. And then we're going to give you 3 steps that you can do today to start retraining yours. So your nervous system will sabotage what it doesn't feel safe holding. It does it out of protecting you, not trying to initially self-sabotage you.
Right.
I want you to get that. So this last part we want to talk about. So we gave y'all the sauce on that. So how did we retrain it?
Right.
How did we start attracting? How did we start attracting $3,000 weeks now, $2,800 weeks now in one of our businesses, right? We have 3 different streams of income. And one of our streams of income, ever since we start doing this, we had to retrain our nervous system, good people. So the book that changed our life, shout out to T. Harv Eker, baby. The Millionaire Mindset.
Right.
Man, that book. Now watch this. I want you to see this. I read that book when I was in my 20s. But then I read it again at 44 when we was in Florida. Different level of consciousness, good people. You heard me talk about that on the last Soul Truth. So that book, T. Harv Eker, man, I listened to that book. How long, babe? For about, I know I did it for about 30, 45 days straight.
Yeah, I listened.
And you did it.
Yeah, I did too. I don't know exactly how long, but it was definitely more than 21 days.
Yeah, more than so for 30 plus days, I listened to that audio while I was Ubering. I had to Uber in Florida, right? And even though I enjoyed it, even though I was making about $1,100 a week because I structured it right and all that, and even in Florida, we was making about 7 bands a month.
Right.
But that's not the money that we're used to, right? Like I talked about with the thermostat in the beginning, right? If your thermostat is set for 75 degrees into a room, right? Guess what happens when it gets to 76 degrees or higher? It kicks on and cools the room down. The room down. Now watch this about a thermostat. A thermostat won't let you go higher, but it'll damn sure let you go lower. What is your financial thermostat set on? I'm telling you. So T. Harv Eker really changed our financial thermostat. Even though I grew up around 6 figures, I told you our capacity was always $83,333.33 a month. That's $1 million a year income, and a $15+ million net worth. Good people, we've been talking about this since I've been in my 20s, but we had to build this lifestyle or the nervous system to hold it. To hold it. So so we did that for 30 days. You did it for how long?
I mean, at least more than 20. I know that because I was doing it as I was driving.
Yeah. So we did it straight. And you know what that did? It retrained our nervous system. It retrained our thoughts about money, right? It retrained our words about money, which ultimately retrained our language about money. And language is how you retrain your nervous system, right? Language, words give language to things, and everything in life has a language. So you have to retrain your nervous system with that language. Poverty has a language. Success has a language. You see what I'm saying? So if you always talking about what you don't have, lack, what you're not doing, you're training your nervous system to feel safe with life. So T. Harv Eker's book really retrained us, man. It really retrained us for creation, expansion, and then we just started to grow. We started to see our money really change, man, because our nervous system. So now we want to give you 3 steps that they can do today, huh, babe?
Yes.
That y'all can do today to start retraining your nervous system. So give them the first step. Give them the first step, babe.
Okay. You got to identify what is your money thermostat? That's important to know. You can't go forward unless you really know what that is for you. Okay. And so how to do that? What number feels safe for you? And what number seems too far out of reach right now? Like, what are you uncomfortable? What number are you uncomfortable with? And what number are you comfortable with? Don't go to the number you're uncomfortable with because it won't help you in this situation. Stick with what you're comfortable with right now, and then you can progress even higher as you get more comfortable in that first number. You can expand afterwards.
That's it. That's step one. Identify your money thermostat.
Yes.
Step 2 is for couples. So that step 1 is for individuals.
Yes.
Y'all have to identify because you grew up in different households. Yes. You heard different things about money.
Right.
Step 2, then y'all need to come together as a
yes.
couple, right? Have a 10-minute regulated money conversation. That's what I wrote down for step 2. We do this all the time.
How are you feeling? What's going on in your mind? Just anything that you need to talk about. No, you got to get it out.
Real talk. When y'all talk about the budget, how's that make you feel?
Right. Are you
when we
tense?
used to do our budget, we used to be tense at first. Tense cause arguments. So I wrote down, have a 10-minute regulated money conversation with your partner. No solutions, no fixing, just awareness.
Yes.
That's it.
Right.
Be aware of how you feel when you talk about money. Be aware how you feel when you're talking about expanding, right? That's it. Awareness. And then step 3, this is the practical step, right? Create a daily money regulation ritual. Breathing, mirror mantra, consistency over intensity. So you can kind of talk about that a little bit, like the daily money regulation mantra, how we created that and what that did for you.
Right. Because you're still this is still a process. So don't think it's an immediate fix, because it's not. Because, I used to think I needed an immediate, like, once I get it figured out, it's never going to bother me again. And that's not true. So, you're just continuing every day to do your breathing exercises, your money mantras, I know you're going to talk about it, but what he came up with for us was a money mantra that has really helped both of us. Not saying I don't ever get into my own head, but man, it's really changed how we've been able to regulate.
No, that's true. That's true. So if you want structure around it, what she's talking about, grab that 21-day money regulation. I just put it out last week.
Right.
It's on the digital store. Yes. It's the actual money affirmations that me and wifey say every morning.
Right.
We've been saying it for the last 7 months now.
Right.
And it's the actual money prayer that's going to help you reset your nervous system. Yes. Everything I talk about, good people, is nervous system work. Man. Because when I really figured that out, that's what's really holding me and you back. It's our nervous system, right? So that money mantra is up. It's available. Listen, we did that for 21 straight days. This is no cap, right? And then over the next 10 days after that, we manifested over $5,100, $2,800, $3,200. Last week, we manifested $3,200. We're still manifesting that, right? But we had to retrain our nervous system. Right. So if you need structure, click that link and grab that product. Or else you can start creating your own money mantras and repeat those so you can retrain your nervous system. Good people, man,
you gotta retrain people. It's a life changer. It really is.
Life changer, man. So listen, that's episode 14, good people. We just want to give you a little bit of detail. Drop your comments below. Yes. Email us at
marriedlife23@gmail.com.
Yes, man. We want to hear from you.
Yes.
Tell us what part of this episode resonated with you, right?
Yes.
We want to hear from you because our whole intent is to help you regulate. Regulators, mount up. Listen, and until the next time, you already know, every Tuesday, we drop a brand new episode.
Yes.
And until next time, man, y'all have a great day. The Married Life Podcast, baby.
Bye.
We out.